It's happened, guys. It's finally happened. The marriage between Renato Veiga and Chelsea has finally come to an end. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the 6 yard banter. Yeah, it's Chelsea first and rivals next. We've got huge updates to discuss today, and boy, oh boy, from the record sales to future star locked in, clarity on Chelsea's outgoing, and of course, some banter for Spurs after bottling yet another deal. Stick around because this one today is loaded. So, according to Fabrizio Romano, Villarreal has agreed a deal to sign Renato Veiga on permanent move from Chelsea, and it's a year we go. The agreement with the player and also with Chelsea is on a 29.5 million euros package, add-ons included, and also heavy sell-on clause. This is Villarreal's record transfer after exclusive story last week. So here's my take, yeah? Chelsea sold him for a package worth 29.5 million euros, including add-ons. Uh, Now think about it. Vega never played a lot for Chelsea for the Chelsea first team. Bought him for about 12 million euros, if I'm not mistaken. Now he developed inside the network and sold for a massive profit. I would have loved Renato Vega to stay, but because I don't think he wasn't patient enough, and he's got his eyes set on playing the 2026 World Cup. Well, and that has pushed Chelsea to sanction a sale for him, and I hope all goes well for him. Well, that's the multi-club model working at its absolute best. This is a type of deal that gives the board more flexibility for marquee signings like Xavi Simons and Garnacho. When you think about the fact that we don't have so much income stream from the stadium capacity compared to other top four club stadium, as well as club shirt sponsorships and the likes, you can see that the only way for Chelsea to make um, good amount of money is by buying players on the cheap and flipping them. So, well, I like I said, I don't have ill feelings towards Renato Vega, and I hope that he does well in Villarreal, so Chelsea can make other profits through sell-on clause and the likes. So yeah, that's about Renato Vega. Now let's move on to Strasbourg, Chelsea's sister club. So according to Ben Jacobs, David Ornstein, and Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea have wrapped up the signing of Julio Enciso from Brighton for about £12 million plus add-ons. The plan is for him to spend a year or two in Strasbourg until 2026, then return to Chelsea for the long term. He's already tied down until 2030 with an option to extend to 2032. This one, I'm just gonna be straight and honest with you. My thinking to this one is that Chelsea's just gonna develop him and flip him for profit. Although he looks like a brilliant player, is explosive, direct, and versatile across the front line. When you look at Esteval, Gittins, and João Pedro as a present and see so developing in France for the future, you can see Chelsea building a conveyor belt of attacking options. Plus the fact that we have Kenda, who's currently playing at Sporting Lisbon. I am still curious as to how all this is going to work out when these players come back, because now we have Joao Pedro, we have Jimmy Gittins, we have Kendry Paez, now we have Julio Enciso, we have Kenda, we have Esteval Willian, we have Palma. We have a lot of them, so it's really interesting as to how this is going to pan out. Now let's talk about outgoings. So, according to Patrick Berger, Borussia Dortmund and Chelsea are in direct talks over a loan move for Aaron Anselmino. Chelsea have proposed a double deal to Dortmund, Kane Chukwuemeka on a permanent transfer and Anselmino on loan. Dortmund are targeting a young and talented centre back. Talks with Chelsea remain ongoing. Dortmund discussing the name Anselmino internally. This one, yeah, I believe it's going to go through because Dortmund wants Kanichukwu and they're also interested in getting a young, talented centre back. And I believe that Anselmino fits the bill. I've not watched him because we've not seen him play. He only came on in towards the later end of the game against uh, Fluminense in the Club World Cup and just had um, a few minutes of the game, so we didn't get to see him very much. But from all the clips I've watched and seen as regards Anselmino, it looks like it fits the bill and it looks like one for the future. And for Dortmund, who is very good at building players, this is just going to be one opportunity for him. Plus the fact that he's going to be exposed in the Champions League and get to play against top attackers and all that. So I believe that this is a good one for him. Now we'll talk about Disasi. Dortmund want him on loan, but Chelsea prefer permanent. And according to reports, Dortmund are preparing a £20 million offer for Alex Axel Disasi. I think this one is going to go through. Uh, Christopher Nkunku is also um, getting offers from Leipzig. All the German teams, they're acting really poor, like they're broke. I don't think they're broke. They just want to look for an avenue to just get everything on loan, and then Chelsea ends up not making enough from the sale of these players after the contracts draws very close to an end. So it doesn't make sense. If you want Christopher Nkunku, I believe that they just have to cough up the money somehow. Okay, but because they've been selling, so I wonder what they do with the money. Anyway, I believe Chelsea will do what's right for them, and I hope that Chelsea don't end up on the losing end for Christopher Nkunku, Axel Disasi, and Kani Chukwemeka. I'm more excited for Anselmino. This shows a shift in strategy. The club wants a clean squad, no half measures, no salary drains. You are either in the project or you are sold. Simple. Uh, the big ins, what we're still looking at getting Garnacho and Xavi Simons. The fun part is Chelsea really need Xavi Simons more than anything against teams that that are set up defensively. That was our Achilles heel last season, and against Crystal Palace, it was obvious and evident that we still have the same problems breaking down low blocks. Chelsea already have an agreement in place, thankfully, with RB Leipzig. The condition is that Chelsea have to sell before we can buy. Okay, and the two names that are being touted are Jackson and Christopher Nkunku. So hopefully these sales get done and expeditedly, so we can have players like Alejandro Garnacho and Xavi Simons in. So if Chelsea land both Simons and Garnacho, suddenly the attack looks multi-dimensional and we look like we're going to look very creative. Pace, width, and balance. During the press conference today, Enzo Maresca has confirmed that Tosin is fit for the West Ham game, and Fofana is also has been training with the team. So I think that's a huge boost. Tosin is available and Wesley Fofana is back training with the squad. Fofana may even feature off the bench if everything goes according to plan, and fingers crossed they do. So to wrap up the transfer news, let's turn to the North London, Arsenal and Tottenham. So according to Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, and other news outlets, Eberechi Eze has joined Arsenal, and it's confirmed by Fabrizio Romano that it's a year we go. Arsenal are swooped in the last minute, and Tottenham are left fuming. As usual, they end up bottling it. This is just Tottenham being bottle jobs pro max. They just cannot help themselves. They just do not learn. Okay, they had a deal lined up, but just like clockwork, they bottled it at the last minute. Arsenal swooped in after Kai Havertz's injury, and Spurs are left empty-handed. Same old Spurs. Always the nearly men. Always the bridesmaid. Never the bride. So there we go. And Veiga out for a record fee for Villarreal at 29.5 million euros, and Sinso in for the future. Chelsea making tough calls on exit and pushing hard for Simmons and Garnacho. Add-ins and injury boosts from Tosin Adarabioyo and Wesley Fofana coming back and helping the defense line, and the picture looks brighter than people think. And let's go to my lineup, my predicted lineup for the West Ham game for Friday. So this is my preferred lineup for the Friday game against West Ham, with Sanchez in goal, Tosin at the right centre back, and Trevor alongside him at the left centre back, Marco Corella on the left back, and Reece James on the right. I would like to hope that Reece James doesn't get injured and probably take him off at halftime. Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo just in front of the defense, with Cole Palmer ahead of them, Estevao on the right, Neto on the left, and João Pedro as a striker. I had to take out Jamie Gittins because Jamie Gittins did not look like it was ready. So I believe that after a few weeks of training and more time on the training pitch with the rest of the team, I believe this is will help him and get sharper rather. If you ask me what my predicted score is going to be, I think Chelsea is going to win comfortably. I think 3-0. So that's all we have for today. Let me know what you guys think about everything that has been talked about. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn up your notifications so that whenever we make posts, you're the first to know about it. If there's any other thing, I'll be here to bring it to your notice. But until then, it's Chelsea first and rivals next. Peace.